Put your eyes back in your head.
I felt like flavor.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Man, OG Truth with a 2, Hurts with a Z. Got my man, the main event on here with us, and we waiting on LT to get here. We're gonna talk about this recent this recent cut down that the WWE did over the last week. A few of them were shocking.
A couple of them were I would say a couple of them are warranted.
A few on one shocking. So this is updated as of February 12th. Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor. And Paul Ellery, of course. Cedric Alexander. Not surprised by that.
No. He had no direction for him to go.
Sonya Deville.
That was horrible.
Blair
But she needs to reinvent herself.
Blair Davenport.
That was horrible.
We're going to get back to her. Isla Dawn.
That was horrible.
Giovanni Vinci.
Horrible.
The Good Brothers.
Absolutely stupid.
And Electra Lopez.
Could have sent her down to NSC and let her redevelop. Duke Hudson was also part of that as well. And I think what Booker T said was exactly right about him. 6 years you hadn't developed your character and you hadn't improved yourself. It's time for you to go and reinvent yourself and then come back.
Okay.
I mean, you got some people that got to do that.
Okay, let's start back at the top. Authors of Pain.
That was a fucked up. That's so fucked up. Why would you bring them back for a third time and you release them 6 months after bringing them back?
That's Luke. That's Gallows and what's his name, right?
No. That's a common razor.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't understand it. That was said, so I mean, I thought they had something working.
But when you're not putting in the wire at 6 right now, and you understand that a couple of them are injured, then a couple of them are in medical school. Well, one of them is in medical school, and she's only doing part-time work.
Who in medical school?
Nikki Cross.
Oh, damn. Well, shout out to Nikki Cross.
Okay. And so, of course, Paul, them, there's no room for Paul.
Right.
Cedric Alexander, none of us are surprised by that. I think we all saw that coming.
Well, he ain't been on right?
I ain't seen him but on nobody TV in like 2 years. I know he going to AEW.
So,
yeah, y'all hear me?
Here's what I'm trying to figure out. If the company releases you, why you gotta wait 90 days?
There's no when they release you, there is no I mean, if they were released because of non-contract then there's no show clause. Just like with Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks got let go, and you saw what happened Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's what that comes from.
bro got let go. Bro got let go, and was on a WWE television screen in 22 minutes.
Yep. And here's the thing about Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport had some time left on the contract. I don't know why they couldn't move her to Raw, because she was one of those that could have been that Lyra Valkyria, rival, because they had some great matches in NXT UK. Right before Davenport broke her leg. So that's part of that. That's why I think that was a horrible idea of letting her go. Electra Lopez. That's the other reason why I think that was the other way as well, because she was on SmackDown and she could have been a dad partner with Chelsea Green. I mean, there's so much.
Sonya Deville.
I mean,
Sonya Deville.
that one kind of shocked me. I ain't
That
gonna
was
lie,
talking to me too.
because you got her in a you had her in a faction, and then you had the faction make you gave them airtime at the Royal Rumble. So to cut her right after that was like, what?
And keep in mind, these aren't Tony Khan cuts. These are Triple H cuts, and
I
these are
mean, I ain't
Triple H cuts,
surprised.
and these are cuts from money, because these are higher paid guys. And yes, they are higher paid. They are in the 300, 500K mark.
Now, Blair Davenport. I read earlier today. That Will Ospreay may have played a part in her being set.
And it's kind of like
Why was that?
what was the deal with like Dijak, but except Dijak was doing it for himself, putting out these false fillers. If that's what you're talking about.
So I get what Blair and Will in a relationship or something.
Blair and Will are both from Australia, and they are in that. They were in the same wrestling camp as Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews. Matter of fact, Will Ospreay and Buddy Matthews came out the same year, but Davenport came out 3 years before Rhea did. She was in a class with Tony Storm.
First of all, everybody hit them buttons, man. Like, share, subscribe. Mad Mike Podcast. Mad Mike Sports and True for the 2 TV. I know this right here pissed you off in particular. Main event, Isla Dawn.
Yes, I'm gonna say it just like this. You have some of the classiest women wrestlers in the UK in your organization right now. That could go. She was one of those that could go. She could be a heel. She could be a face. She could be a tweener. She could do anything. She can wrestle with anybody. I don't understand this cut. Again, she's one of the higher paid wrestlers, so that may have a part into it.
Has she been on TV recently?
She's not been on TV recently, and not since December, when her and Alba Fire lost the tag team championships. They were the unholy union.
Well,
And they
you know
had
how
some
that
wrestling
go.
matches together.
I mean,
So,
yeah, I mean, they probably could. They probably didn't have that fun. I, excuse me. You know what I mean? People run out of ideas with certain folks.
Yeah,
That's the thing about it. Like, just because you can put on a good match, don't mean folks got ideas for you. And that is the unfortunate part about the business because you get lost in the sauce with everything else going on. And then other people like popularities end up growing more so than yours. So you start tailoring to what the crowd asking for, and you get lost.
yes. But she's such a great scientific wrestler as a woman. You know, you would think you would want to keep that and keep that toward the younger talent.
Again, I mean they got people in place for that, so it's really the need.
okay, Giovanni Vinci.
There's so much more you could have done with him.
I mean, how about a feud with Ludwig Kaiser?
That I've seen in WSW and it works. WSW, I've seen it work. I've seen it work in England. It works. They work together so well. They also work together with Gunther very well. They all come
Nah,
about at the same time. I
nah,
mean, and the thing, think about this. And think about this. Louis Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci are real life cousins. So,
Okay,
and then the friendship that they have with Gunther, that's gone a long way in helping them.
is he popular? Is the fans clamoring for him? Because nobody want to see. Yeah, I mean, because don't get me wrong. Listen to you, because see, one thing I give you credit for, you are a wrestler. Period. Do I know the game? I do, but you, like I said, you watch any and everything when it comes to wrestling. So when you got folks that may be in a crowd on the same type of time you on, then they done seen enough of it. Some folks might not feel the way you feel. Like
Right.
I said, you got to make sure that the shit got to make sense when it's all said and done. And don't get like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here making it seem like they couldn't be put to work, but there's only so much TV time folks folks gonna get.
And see, here's the thing. And here's a prime example that what you're talking about, and I agree 100% with you on this. Tyler Bates. Tyler Bates is a two-way wrestler. He's also an instructor in Orlando. So if he's not on TV, he's behind the scenes somewhere. He's actually producing as well. He's producing some of the women's matches. It's not like he's just a stale body out there. He's helping everybody and everything. And that was the thing with Giovanni Vinci. He was on that same similar kind of contract, but he wanted to be more of a full time wrestler than to be a trainer. And that's
Exactly.
what he got.
all right, the Good Brothers.
Awful. Just straight up awful. You have the tag team divisions on both shows that's hot. You could have worked them in somewhere, some way. Because I've seen them wrestle the Motor City Machine Guns before, and they put on 5-star performances. I've seen them wrestle um the Usos, and they put on 5-star shows. So they're there. They could have you could have put them either way. But when you have the personal issues that the Machine Gun is going through with the divorce and his wife's visa, that No, because she is Japanese. That's got a lot to do with it. And not only that, they're $1 million wrestlers per year a piece.
All right,
I mean, also you got. I mean, they really ain't been on television like that either. So again, like they get lost in the sauce. Yeah, you know them by name and know them from their past work, but when you talking about presently, are folks asking for them? From my understanding, no.
No, because they both really. Here's the thing: Luke Gallows, he wants to wrestle. He doesn't want to leave Carl Anderson behind. But with Carl Anderson having all his legal issues going on, where he got caught, he got caught cheating on his wife, and then his wife with the visa issues. I mean, they may just go back to New Japan altogether in any rate. So it's just like you said, they got lost in the sauce.
all right. I'm gonna turn it over to y'all. I'm gonna go to the back. Let's go over the weekly recap. We've got one of our Royal Rumble winners has chosen a dance partner.
And you have another runner that's being demanded to be a dance partner with a current champion.
Somebody
So,
Charlotte,
yep.
they demand her to do what?
Well, Tiffany Stratton is demanding her to choose her.
I mean, we saw that. Anybody with damn eyes saw that shit coming a mile
Man, we
away.
knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, but the fact that she actually came out and said it, it has to be reported. But
That could be
getting back to what we
that
were
could be
talking about,
what.
but it had to be reported. But getting back to what we're talking about right here, Jey Uso decided on his dance partner.
I knew it was gonna be Gunther from the jump. I mean, like I said, he hinted to it after the Rumble when they interviewed him, like doing while he was still ringside. When he said world heavyweight, he was gonna be world champion. I was like, he going after Gunther. Which me personally, I don't think, because I mean, really and truly, I ain't got nothing against Cody, none at all. But this is one of the reasons why folks was like they weren't sure about Roman dropping the title, because now since Cody done had it, like after the first couple months, like nobody cares. Like he done had the title for a year, and it's like, he's champion. But what does that do for me? Really nothing.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I looked at that the same way. I don't really. I like the fact that he's champion. I like what he's doing as champion. But is it too much, or is it too little? I mean, is it in between? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it
Here's my
awesome? Is
thought.
it great?
Here's my thoughts. Here's the thoughts on that. The reason why it is going the way it's going is because, like, and I remember me and Mike said this, where Roman's run those last 4 years, it made the titles that prestige, especially when you made him dual champion for a whole 2 years now, 2 years on that run.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made him a dual champion for 2 years. Like it was too prestige, and that's what we were trying to tell folks. And everybody was like, "Well, Cody deserved to finish his story." I don't knock him being champion. I want to see him as champion. I just didn't want to see him as that champion. Now, folks be like, But that's crazy how y'all wouldn't want him to see a champion. Well, you had to understand, bro. Like, because basically that title got turned into one. You gave Raw the World Heavyweight Championship. It's basically the 2000s all over again. When you had the WWE title on SmackDown and the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw. And every now and then they'll throw a curveball and put the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown and you had the WWE Championship on Raw. I was like, but with Cody, no one cares. Like I said, Roman made that title that prestige. Like I said, he don't need the belt, but now that because like we had to tell folks, once Roman loses it, then what? And nobody could ever give us an answer.
See, and that was my thing. That was my thing as well because I don't like exactly what you just said is where my thought went to is like who would be next, who or who would transition to it. Man, because I always thought that if you're gonna transition the title, I would rather him transition that title to Damian Priest and then go forward from there. Or someone like that. But you wanted something. You wanted to complete a freaking story that didn't really make any sense when you started it to now. Come on now.
And then now the crazy part about it is like when you look at it, how they try to go about WrestleMania, you got well, for the rumors that we're getting, you're getting Seth, Cody, Seth, CM Punk, and Roman in the triple threat at Mania. So it's like, well, who the fuck gonna take on Cody at Mania? But we'll find out in Elimination Chamber, which that's gonna be very interesting on who's taking him on and after Elimination Chamber.
Here's the other sticker on the wall, so to speak. You think about what John Cena said. Like he's gonna win the Elimination Chamber. Excuse me. So is number 17 in the works as well? I hope not. Please God no. But
Oh God, I really don't want that shit to happen. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If people could say what they want to say about that, but bro, like it's like Cena ain't been real. I mean, like he had his moments, but truth be told, bro ain't been relevant for the last few years. You just because he on his last ride, y'all see now folks try to say, well, he deserved at least try to break that record. No, he don't. No, he don't. Boy ain't been to work the past couple years. No, he don't. That's the same way I felt about Charlotte when she won the Royal Rumble. Like, folks be looking like, how the hell y'all don't want Charlotte to win? She ain't been to work. And all that damn telling that damn ring, you telling me you gonna give it to the person that just came back?
so here's my thing. The only one that should have 17 or should have been even close to 17 is the person who's at 16 right now, which is Ric Flair. John Cena shouldn't be at 12. We all know this.
And that's really facts. Like I said, Vince was pushing the hell out of damn Cena. And don't get me wrong, Cena, don't get me wrong. 2000s, I understood. Cena was hot as fuck in the
No, I'm gonna
2000s.
say 2000, 2002 to 2011, 12, 13 maybe.
I wouldn't even say 13 because like I ain't like the fact that they had him drop the title to them. They had the Rock drop the title to his ass. Do I
Yeah.
understand it? Yeah, because he was hurt. He got injured within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the match. But like I just didn't like you set up a whole redemption arc for Cena to be champion again, and that shit sucked. Like
It was
when he won
horrible.
that Royal Rumble, yeah, it was horrible. Like it was just, oh my God, it was horrible. And if anything, I would have rather, if I was gonna see The Rock lose that title at Mania, I'd rather see him lose it back to CM Punk. Cause
Okay, then I got a question for you. I got a
What's
question
up?
for the both of y'all now. Who had the worst championship run from 2004?
Who had a world championship run from 2004?
Yeah, no, 2000, the year 2004 to present. I mean, I can name two runs,
I
possibly
mean, I
three.
wasn't I wasn't a fan of Jinder Mahal when he was champion. I tell you that.
Okay.
And hell, I really wouldn't even watch wrestling like that back then that time. But when I seen him being champion, I was like, Jinder Mahal, really? Be for real. But I understood why that was a business decision.
Right.
Um, it was him, and unfortunately, I don't think Drew didn't get his just due as champion due to COVID.
Right.
Now, if now that would be my second choice. If there was anybody else, anytime Brock helped that bitch is what I couldn't stand.
Even the first couple runs.
But you gotta look at it. Brock was on the champion like in '02 and '03. Cause remember, like after that WrestleMania between him and damn Goldberg, Brock pretty much dipped.
Right. But what I'm
So
saying
he ain't
is,
cut.
even with the Perk Angles title match in that time frame,
But you said '04 and better. That happened in '03.
I said 2000. I said 2000 to present.
Oh, I mean, well, that I mean, I said after when I say that, I mean after when he came back to wrestling. I ain't say prior.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm talking about when he came back to wrestle is where I had a problem with him being
Oh
champion.
yeah. When you just put the belt on him, just be putting the belt on him.
Yeah, that's basically what you were doing. I mean, think about it. You gave the man the royal. You allowed this man to basically not do shit all night just for in the middle of the match. You hear his music, he come run down to the ring, suplex everybody, grab the damn Money in the Bank contract. Now he got a title opportunity. That's horse shit.
Yes, yes,
Or
and yes.
or or instead of you just rewriting shit, you forced him into a fatal four matchup because Roman ended up getting COVID. So you forced him in a matchup with Big E and had Big E drop the title. And E will be champion what 2 months?
Yep.
Like that
Or
was
that bullshit
bullshit.
that he did with Kofi.
Yeah, I could agree to that too. And even though I understand like it's the whole, it tailors to the real part of him being a heel on social media. But the fact that people be bringing up that shit about him losing to Brock Lesnar in like 9 seconds, like motherfucker, don't like that. Don't use that as a got you moment, like bro. Because I ain't
Yeah.
saying I'll be like because that shit really ain't fair to him because like that you know how Vince is. Vince will bury any motherfucker by the way whenever he got the damn if he got an opportunity or the chance to
Yes.
on some horse shit. Cause like I said, there's not one time I felt like damn Kofi should have been. I mean, damn Brock should have really been champion like that. That man would put the belt on him just to put the belt on him. And like think about it, Kofi had done been champion for like 4 5 months by the
Yep.
time they matched up. And the only reason why you did what you did is because you just had signed a deal with you signed a TV deal. I think you put SmackDown. I forgot what channel SmackDown was on, but you had just
SmackDown
signed the TV.
on CW at
Uh,
that point.
right. Okay, they was on CW. So and instead of you just like trying to let Kofi, hone the reins to it, you threw Bull under the bus. Now you ain't even let the man have a match. You let the man completely get squashed.
Exactly.
Kofi come out the ring, get caught in the F5 over with. Like that's so disrespectful.
It was three moves.
That is
It was the spear.
it wasn't no it wasn't. Not in that match, not with Brock and Kofi. It was legit. The bell run, Kofi came out to do like a little jump attack, and
Yeah.
Brock caught him, L5 him, pinned him, and it was over with.
Oh shit! I thought you spit it in F5.
Mm-mm.
I
But
knew
you
he
know,
went in the air.
no, Brock ain't even got a spear in his repertoire.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking like it was. I know he. I know something was in the air. I know he caught him. One move and then F5 and then that was it. It was like two moves and then that
Right.
was it.
It wasn't even two. It was legit one. He caught Kofi. Kofi jumped in the air. He got caught. He got L5. He got caught in mid air on his shoulder. So as soon as he caught him, he stood him back up, L5'd him, pinned him. It's over with. That's legit how the match went.
Southside, what's going on? What's going on, Southside?
So I'm gonna throw one in that y'all might not like what I say about it, but I think the worst champion was at that time from then till now was Jericho when he was the first uni- uh unified champion.
It
I mean
was.
because the reason why I say it was bad was because you already knew that the writing was on the wall because once Triple H got healthy, you were going to transition that belt right to Triple H, and that's exactly what happened. And
Well,
he had Jericho in that beachy little mood that he was in. He's whining and crying. Somebody he shouldn't have been in that match. He shouldn't have been this. Shouldn't have been that.
well, me personally, here's my thoughts. Because is it bad? Absolutely. But here's where the problem come in at. It at the time you literally had Rock and Austin was number one together at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And even though both had the belts, because I remember like Rock did a whole segment about that. Basically was saying like if you got Stone Cold being the WWE champion and you got The Rock being world champion, why would it not just be a title match between us two and for the unified belts instead of you adding Kurt Angle and Jericho in the mix? But like I said, I listen at that time, Rock and Austin ego was on fucking 10.
Yep.
And you can't and listen and to have one who the fuck would take that hit? Who the fuck would take that hit?
You got a
And don't
point
get me
there.
wrong, don't get me wrong. I've seen this nigga Rock put over many people,
Yeah.
but who was fit to take that lick in order for them to be the first unified champions? Listen. You knew Austin wasn't gonna do it because hell, he had just came back from being being
Nixon.
injured, and,
Yeah.
and maybe what after I think he came back in 2000, like October 2000.
Mm-hmm.
He came out October 2000.
Right for
Three
Survivor
four
Series.
months later, 3 4 months later, he's a 3-time Royal Rumble winner. So that lets you and then he won a title in his home state of Texas. So that lets you know what type of shit Austin was on. But you gotta also understand, Rock had. I mean, only reason why I feel like Rock probably took that beat. He only took that loss really for real because he was gonna go film the Scorpion King. So he was just like, "Fuck it." I mean, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm gonna go make some money real quick. That was the reason why he did it. But at the time when they both came back and they were full time for that time being, hell no, ain't no damn. Listen, I just don't see neither one of them dropping that title. So it was best bet for somebody else to take the belt. Now I remember seeing Kurt Angle talk about him like his first couple of years in WWE. because he was like I seen the podcast he was on. He basically was like he didn't think he was like suited for it because he said he didn't know the body language, the this that like every match he said every match he did with like the first year or two, everybody had to do call outs for him. But then once he learned the game, that's when he started doing call outs. So at that time, Kurt would have been the best fit for it, but he already been champion. Hell, Bull was in the damn WWE for maybe less than a year and was already world champion.
Right.
So when you do the math, Kurt done been champion, also done been champion, Rock done been champion. Well, who's left? Chris Jericho. No, don't get me wrong. Does it not? I mean, like I said, at the time, would you would have seen him do it? No, but you can't deny the man had charisma. He had damn good mic skills. Because I mean, you love the sets that him and the Rock did
Yeah.
together. Because it was always entertainment between the segment they did with each other where they mocked each other catchphrases.
Yep.
You had the segment they did in the ring when Chris Jericho was antagonizing stuff, and then The Rock came out antagonizing stuff because they had a match against each other.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, the pay-per-view was at Vengeance. And no, not
Yeah,
Vengeance.
Vengeance
It
No
was
Way
at
Out.
it wasn't nope, it wasn't Vengeance because the unified title match came at Vengeance. That pay-per-view, No Mercy. No
No, but
Mercy was
yeah.
their matchup. They had a matchup at No Mercy, and that's when uh he ended up hitting well, which is the move that was is known now is what they call what his move is now, what it's called
The co-breaker.
yeah, no, Skull Crusher finale, that's what it's called. That was his move that he was using at the time, and he did it on the Rock on the chair, which led to the 3 count. And but I think later on him and Rock ended up winning the WCW Tag Team Championships, and they had a segment in the back where they was like where Jericho thought he was the leader because he had the main title, and that's when
Right.
the Rock did a segment, and the Rock did the segment with him, basically letting him know like you won the big one once, because that was the whole Moan thing that he could never win the big one. Which go back to that segment before they match up, where I think remember the segment where where he was like you like I think Chris Jericho doing his bit and the Rock cut him up like ever do this thing again.
Yeah.
That's a stupid
Again.
time. And
Yeah.
he put his hand in his face and whatnot. So like I
Yeah.
said, Jericho at that time it wasn't liked, but it's understood because you weren't like I said, you weren't gonna put it on Kurt because he still wasn't quite ready. And you had and it was going to be a power struggle between Rock and Austin because they were the top guys of the company. They was
Yep.
legit wrestling. It was Stone Cold, The Rock, Stone Cold. So it was going to be a power struggle on who going to lose this damn belt. I'm not
Yep.
losing to you. Like so, and that would and see when you look at it, when people think of they goats in most cases, top two gonna be Stone Cold and Rock. So if that match take place and one of them wins, then somebody could use that as an argument saying, oh, well, shit, you can't put The Rock over Stone Cold because Stone Cold beat him for the Unified Tag Team Championships. So that's how that goes. Now, back to your point, yes, I understand fully that you're saying like Jericho is not the guy for like being that championship. But with everything I just broke down, it made sense to
Yeah.
give it to him. It made
At
plenty sense
that
to give
point,
it to him.
yeah. At this point, you telling me, we're going about it, going back into it now. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense now. And
Yeah,
then
I didn't like it either, but it made good heel work because
it did.
who the fuck wanted to see him win? Nobody.
Nobody. I mean, and he was such a great. When he said he was a great heel champion, but in regards to him being that guy, mm-mm.
I mean,
They-
I remember when what how that night went. You had the Rock, so you had Austin and the Rock match first. Oh no, you
yep,
had Austin and Kurt Angle match first. I remember the finish because I think Kurt did something. But Rock, Austin pushed him to the ropes. He bounced off the rope, came back into a stunner. 1, 2, 3. All right. The next match was The Rock and Chris Jericho. I ain't gonna lie. I knew the writing was on the wall for The Rock in that match because usually the champion come out second. Rock came out first in that
mm-hmm.
matchup. He came out first in that matchup, and then Jericho came out, and then during that match, because quote unquote, this is around the time when they unified WCW and WWF, and that's when Ric Flair was the custodian at that time
Right.
and whatnot. So he was supposed to be like Vince's partner. So
Right.
Vince couldn't afford Austin or Rock to be champion because he wasn't fucking with neither one of them. So he went out there and it cost Rock the title, which led to a low blow. It led to a low blow by Chris Jericho, and he rock bottomed the Rock and pinned the Rock after beating him with his own finishing move. So then once Jericho was holding the title, the gas broke, and you can see like the old shit look on his face while Austin was limping to the ring. So he gets in the ring for to do his thing. Kurt come in and attacks him. So while Kurt attacks him, Chris Jericho stood up flexing. The Rock slid back in the ring, rock bottom him, and then he looked at Kurt Angle and chased Kurt Angle back out the arena. And then they match started. And then as they were fighting, doing their thing, next thing you seen Vince try to fuck it up. He got knocked out. And then that's when Booker T made his appearance and hit the wrong Stone Cold over the head with the belt, which led to Chris Jericho getting the 1, 2, 3. That's how that whole night planned out. And we was like, and everybody was like, I know when my family, we were watching it live, we was like, are you fucking serious? Of all people, Chris Jericho won this bit. Because he was literally the last person on everybody's mind going to win that motherfucker. Nobody saw Chris Jericho winning it. And then he won it. So again, was his title run possibly the worst? Possibly. It's a strong possibility. You can make an argument for it, but overall, like I said, business decision. It made sense for him to be it made sense for him to be champion at that time. And Triple H sucked as a heel. I mean, he sucked as a face right there too. I ain't gonna lie. When I look at Triple H runs as a face champion, oh my god, that shit was ass. Ugh. Yeah, he was better off being heel. Cause him as a face champion just wasn't working. Think he ran out. Johnson, you still there?
Yep.
Okay. But but yeah, I mean that's my thoughts on who the worst champions was. I mean, I don't know, OG, you got anything for saying like who was possibly the worst champion or something during the 2000 from 2000 to present? Like who had the worst title reign?
Like I said, I, I can't even put Kofi into that because that shit was fucked up. I had a problem with that shit went down.
I don't think nobody liked the fact how the shit went with Kofi. I don't think nobody liked that shit.
Uh,
I
Jinder,
will say this. Oh, go ahead.
Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, I mentioned him. I gave two. I said Jinder Mahal. I gave Jinder Mahal. Well, I actually kind of gave three. I said Jinder Mahal. I did say Drew's on wasn't as good, but that was due to COVID. I think that was for Drew's title run up was COVID hit. And and I also said anytime Brock had the title once he came back to wrestling. I did not like him having the belt. Cause a lot of times they were just throwing that bitch on him just cause he wasn't earning it.
I got one for you. What about the tall Indian guy, 7'3" guy?
Oh, the great Khali. I forgot
Yeah,
about him. Yeah, you could definitely put him up there. He only won the
him.
belt because he only won the belt because of his size.
And then I said Jericho, Jinder Mahal. He said we do also Jinder Mahal. We all said so, no, and that is part of another one. And what about uh?
What up, Dave Bear? What up, Dave Bear?
There was one that I just thought that was just awful. Oh, the Vince McMahon title run. That
Somebody with
2 day
that
title run.
ECW belt.
Oh, when he won the world championship.
I thought that should have been. I thought that should have been in the '90s.
I thought that was Royal Rumble. I thought that was like 2000.
Uh, no, because the Rock won. Rock won the Royal Rumble in 2000.
2000, yeah. That was 99, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and then the ECW run after in 2001. Okay, so yeah, that don't count.
No. The ECW joint was like in 2006, 2007. I never
Okay, yeah,
get
the
that.
last run. Okay.
I'll never get that because he had just lost that damn match between motherfucker. That's some storytelling for your ass. That's some storytelling for your ass.
What's that?
Because remember he did a battle of the billionaires match at WrestleMania
Yes.
with him and Trump, and
Yeah,
he had
and
his
then
head shaved.
yep.
Fast forward, Trump president and Linda the damn secretary of education. Boy, ain't that a bitch?
Okay, question. Perk Angle versus Cocaine Sean.
Shit, I pay my damn I would have paid my year's salary for that match. I'd have paid a year's salary for that match. Listen, you would have gave me Perk Angle versus Cocaine. Listen, Perk Angle versus God fearing Sean was damn good. You
Yes,
gave
it
me
was.
Perk Angle versus Cocaine Sean. Oh my god.
God.
Yeah, I said like that. I said you the game. Like I said, if anybody have not seen WrestleMania 21, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, I would suggest you
Bro.
go watch that. I'm talking about pure wrestling, pure art, storytelling, the whole nine. The match was
Dude.
phenomenal, and like I said, then that was Kurt Angle Kurt versus God fearing Shawn. You would have
Yeah.
gave me Perk versus Cocaine Sean. Shit, bruh. Somebody, I would have been a child, but somebody would have bought that. Somebody would have bought that pay per view. Ain't no way in hell. Somebody had to spend them $50 that day.
Well, we would have been watching it together. I would
Listen,
have found out we did that, but we would watch that one together, bro.
listen. I need that. I need that expeditiously. I need Perk Cocaine Sean.
God damn! I mean, cause I knew we had never seen it. I knew we seen Kurt Angle versus Sean, but we've never seen Cocaine Sean versus Kurt
But
Angle.
like I said, God fearing
Mm-hmm.
Sean wasn't bad. He wasn't fat. Like it was one. Listen, it was the best match on the card that night. It
Oh,
was
that
the
was the
best
best
match
match,
on the
period.
card that night. It was the best match on the
That was
card,
one of the top 10. That was one of my top 10 all time.
all time. Yeah. So like I said, so you had Perk Angle versus God fearing Sean. You know, I done found Jesus Sean. You would
Yeah.
have gave me Kurt. You would have gave me Perk Angle versus Cocaine Sean, boy. Boy, listen, that shit would have done unbreakable numbers.
Man, it was numbers on top of numbers, bro. I
Y'all don't
mean,
understand, boy. That shit, y'all just don't know, but Cocaine Sean was different. That man put on show after show after show. So I mean, and they don't, like you said, they don't call him Mr. WrestleMania for no reason. So you'd have gave him Cocaine Sean and Per Angle on the biggest stage.
and it almost
Whoo!
happened. Except Sean decided to get his ass hurt.
Yeah, and because unfortunately, because I don't think people even realize, because unfortunately, not only that we got, I mean, we get Sean and Kurt? Yeah, we did, but we never got Sean and The Rock in the ring together.
Oh man.
Not in a wrestling match. Now he refereed a match with The Rock in the ring, but he never like for saying them two actually battling it out. No, that's Cocaine and Rock not wrestling against each other is equivalent to Vegeta and Piccolo never fighting each other. A lot of people don't even know that.
You know what? I would never thought they fought each other anyway.
Yeah, but yeah,
I
Vegeta
mean,
and
because
Piccolo
they're
never
from two
fought it.
different worlds, right?
You said what?
But they're from the same world, but they're not from the same.
But no, they live on Earth together, and like Piccolo started as a Demon King and ended up like training Goku's son once he died against Raditz.
Right.
So when Piccolo died protecting Gohan when Vegeta and Nappa first showed up,
Right.
but
Right. Right.
they never actually had a spark. They never actually fought each other the whole time in the Dragon Ball history. And a lot of people be like, wait a minute, you telling me that Piccolo and Vegeta? No, they have never fought each other. They ain't even sparred against each other at all.
Boy.
And that's
You told me something
and
new
that's
today, though.
yeah, and that's how I feel about Kurt and I mean about Sean and The Rock. Like I said, they done had segments together. They done did like in ring work together, but they have never actually had a match with each other, and that kind of sucks. Kind of
Because
sucks.
they were in the same generation, almost.
Well, you are. Well, at the same time, Rockin'. I mean, also like Sean had a problem with the Rock as well. But I remember OG even brought this up about Vince. Basically, I mean, even though like Sean was hurt, but he also was like on, him and like Vince was on his shit list. But he basically paid Sean. He basically paid Sean down there $1 million a year to sit to the fucking house that go to the WCW and helping their
Yeah.
talent.
Because that was going to happen.
Oh, listen, the worst thing Vince could have had happen was damn Sean going to WCW. He ain't- he would have been able to handle that problem. Like Sean, because how you talked about Chris Jericho, Sean to put Jericho over. He'd have had Chris Benoit looking strong. Listen, him and Dean Malenko would have made magic.
Oh, my God.
Him and Dean Malenko would have made magic. Him and
Because
Perry Saturn would have made magic.
does anybody realize how good technically Shawn Michaels was? For real?
I don't think people understand. People look at all the antics, the Montreal school job, DX doing DX shit, like the whole, news report joint that they did. They look at the part the segment he did with the Rock when the Rock was taking Macho Man and Bret Hart them catchphrases and shit. Like they
Yeah.
remember that they remember all the bullshit, but they don't really realize like how good of a wrestler Sean really was. Like Sean was really what that I said. They didn't call that man Mr. WrestleMania for no reason. He really was that.
He was not a spot monkey either.
Hell no. He knew how to put on a wrestling match as well as give you a great spot as well. That what
Mm-hmm.
made Sean different. Matter of
I
fact,
mean,
use the Kurt Angle match as a prime example. You
yes.
put on a damn good match, and then you had the spot where he had Kurt, like Kurt had him look like he about to do like a superplex off the top rope, and he pushed Kurt off. Okay,
Yep.
bet. But then while he was trying to set up to do while he was trying to set up and do the elbow drop, Kurt jumps up and do the angle slam off the top rope. That's
Yep.
that's in the rhythm and the flow of the match. It ain't no spot. It was in rhythm and flow of the match,
Yep.
and that what made the spot good.
And a lot of people, a lot of people like they like to credit um Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels in being the first ever ladder match in WWE history. We'll take y'all back to something. Take y'all back to something. I'm gonna take y'all back to the end of the territory, 1992.
Mm-hmm.
Take you back to wrestling. Actually, I'm gonna take you back to It was before Raw. It was before Tuesday Night Titans. It was called I cannot think of the name of the show now. It came on USA. It was a Monday Night Wrestling show. The second time that Bret Hart held the Intercontinental Championship, and Shawn had just went single. They had the very first ladder match, and
Oh, okay.
in that ladder match, Bret Hart won that match, and it was a 30-minute match, and it was so scientifically done. And then you had so many good spots in that match. I mean, you thought the match between Remote Razor and Shawn was good. You go back and look at that match between Shawn and Brett at that point in time, and this is early Shawn, early Brett. This is right before cocaine, Shawn.
Yeah, he wasn't in the prime yet.
Yeah, this is when net failed, Shawn, and you had just fresh Bret Hart coming out of the tag team scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You go back and watch that match, man. That was a classic match. I mean,
You
pretty
know
much
what's
every match they
crazy?
had was
What
classic.
was I'm gonna tell you what's crazy though, because since WWE done kind of like got TNA on their damn payroll and shit, they've been
Hmm.
like I've been noticing like I can't they just recently created a page on YouTube called WWE and which they bring up like all the old shit that people be forgetting. Like
Hmm.
which they got they be wanting to play their Royal Rumbles, but a couple of them they have to leave out because Chris Benoit was in it, and with all that shit. But the 2001 Royal Rumble didn't have Chris Benoit in it, so they got it on WWE Vault instead of the actual page.
Hmm.
But what I also want to bring up because they had the Hardy Boys on the WWE Vault page, and I thought that was dope that had them on there because people be like I said, even everybody love Jeff, no doubt, but I be telling you, I don't just love Jeff, I love them in total. Like
Hmm.
I fuck with Matt heavy too. Like people don't understand how important Matt is into wrestling. We don't get a lot of the shit if Matt ain't there. um, but I do them. I remember them always talking about this where when the Hardys had the first ever tag team uh ladder match between them and Edge and Christian, and it was like once they had the match and everything was finished, it was like they went to the back. Yeah, basically they was like shit. They got like, they was celebrating like yeah man we put on a damn good show and this that, and the
Hmm.
third and it was like shit. It was like Stone Cold walked up to him. It was like well goddamn congratulations fellas y'all just stole the whole damn show. Like ain't nobody
Hmm.
gonna be able to top y'all tonight. And I was like that's a damn good credit coming from the guy that was pretty much the top guy in the company at the time. So to hear that from him, that definitely should have mean a lot. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like you got this from the top guy of the company. Like this match took place in '99. So like I said, this is like Austin really at peak. So you got this man to tell y'all how good y'all are and whatnot. Like that's everything. So like I said, you got to give them that matches they credit, man. People be we as people that grew up, we always hear how people like to call wrestling fake and whatnot. But I be telling folks, you got them fall off a damn 20-foot ladder and tell me it's fake.
Yeah, you let somebody throw you off a 15-foot high school cage, and through a damn press table,
Come on,
or
the Liz, the Liz and
or
this.
the one that or the ones that the boys like in the back. Him coming through the cage and letting the damn chair hit you and you just fly out your mouth.
I didn't know this. Uh, it was a match that he had. It was him. It was Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Brock Lesnar, something. And Kurt said on the podcast that Chris Benoit told Brock to hit him on like swinging from the side and whatnot. But Kurt said he didn't tell him that. So when he got hit by when he was like when Brock swung, he swung overhead and it
Yeah.
broke his neck. I was like, oh shit. I
He
never
said
knew
he
that.
heard the click click.
I mean, listen. This is why I have to give Kurt Angle his credit. People don't realize Kurt Angle really sacrificed his body for us, bro. Like, even if people remember that in 2001 when he had that King of the Ring match between him and Shawn, people don't even realize, like, bro, that man broke his tailbone, like, in the middle of that match. And yeah, I don't know what the fuck Shane, I'm not him and Shawn, I'm gonna say him and Shane. And I don't know what the fuck Shane had going on, but bro was wilding. Cause they had a spot where he supposed to do like a overhead a belly overhead suplex through the glass. The shit didn't break, and his head hit nothing but concrete, and you could hear the thud when his head hit, and that man Shane got concussed. And I think they tried to do it again. It didn't break the second time in the second glass, so Kurt just threw his ass through it, and then they did the big finish. And I remember Shane said that they finished the match. He said they were doing the final spot to close out the match. He said, but when he did that ankle slam off that top rope, Shane said the minute his body made impact on that mat, he said his whole body shut down. Like completely shut down. That's how brutal he was putting his body through that match.
Mm-hmm. You know, we talking about some great matches, man. One of the greatest matches I ever saw was Terry Funk and Cactus Jack in Japan.
Oof.
Like some of their matches was legendary. Then you had another match with him, Tatsumi Fukunaga, and they were in the electric chair. It's called the electric chair match.
Ooh.
You go back to YouTube and you watch those matches, man. I mean, those matches are on YouTube.
I mean, listen, I don't put it in back. I mean, cause like this is what these dudes was doing to each other. Like they was legit putting their bodies on the line. Like there was no tomorrow.
And then you go back and watch that match that where he had the ear fall out, he had the ear. You can see where he was in a headlock and he took him out. He got out the headlock, and his ear literally fell off his head.
All right, fellas.
Listen,
The producers in the back.
I'm sorry.
Yep. We're gonna make
But
sure.
man, like I said, man, we're gonna talk a lot about these things, and a lot about the killings and stuff that happened within the territories at that times, and plight of black wrestlers. So you'll see me, you'll see LT, you'll see Mr. Truth Hurts here, or Butt Hurt here. I mean, because he acts like he acts kind of booze right now. He want, he acting kind of sick.
Hey man,
I ain't said because you gonna say it before me anyway.
that's all good. We'll be back same time next week. We're gonna go through whoever Charlotte chooses, and we'll be getting ready to have our elimination chamber prediction.
Mm-hmm.
What fun!
I mean, man, Truth with a 2 Hurts with a Z for the main event. LT. Truth World of Wrestling. We always seek to speak truth, old truth, nothing but truth.
Happy Valentine's Day to you ladies out there. I love y'all. Y'all be good. Y'all have fun. I hope you and your husband, boyfriends, situationships, and everything. I hope they work out for y'all. So y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Y'all be loved.
Biggest trick off there to you. Biggest trick
Yep.
off. Okay, there we go.
Love y'all, bro.
I got.
Yep.
Got $40.
Put your eyes back